see you guys show up on time. In today's math building block, I'm going to go over each and every question from 1.05 quiz area of circles. Link to the Nearpod is in the chat. Please click the link and join so I can see your work and I can give you feedback accordingly. So let's go ahead and get started and look at how question 1 looks like. Question 1 has 3 different versions, and this is the first version that popped up on my screen, and I'm going to show you all 3 versions of question 1. I would highly recommend open up your quiz, whether you are attending the live class or will be watching the recording. Open up the quiz as you learn how to do the questions along with me, and also solve in the Nearpod because you're attending live class and I can see your work and give you feedback. So first question saying, what is the best approximation for the area of a circle with diameter 19 meters? And it says use 3.14 to approximate pi. The value of pi is 3.14. The formula for area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. Pi r squared. So show me how you will use this formula to calculate area of the circle. Go ahead, get started. And I will also sketch out a little circle. If this is the center of the circle, just estimatedly, then diameter is the long, not such a thick one, I needed a finer pen. Diameter is this long line from one point on the circumference, passes through the center all the way to the other point. This is the diameter. Radius is the smaller line. Radius starts from center to one point on the circumference. This is radius, okay, of a circle. And in this formula, remember we need radius. Okay, go ahead, show me how you will do this question. Logan, I'm going to go over 1.05 quiz in this session. This quiz is due tomorrow. Okay. Nathan, reconsider how you have solved. Jennifer, reconsider. Okay, no, Jennifer, I agree to you. Very good with that. Very good with that, Jennifer. So what Jennifer is trying to show us in this question, diameter is 19.5. It's 19. Diameter is 19. Right? So to find radius, I see on Jennifer's slide, to find the radius, Jennifer divided 19 by 2 and she got radius. So 19 divided by 2 and radius 9.5. meters. That is radius, 9.5 meters. I will pause here. Are there any questions? Isaiah, I'm going over 1.05 quiz questions. This quiz is going to be due tomorrow. If you need help solving the quiz questions, you can join the session and learn how to do each and every question with me. This is an optional session, but I highly encourage you to attend. To find area of the circle, I'm going to give you some additional guidance because this is first question. To find area of the circle, I will use the formula, right? The formula says pi, that is 3.14, times radius squared, right? times radius squared. I know that my radius is 9.5. I know my radius is 9.5. To find r squared, look here in the formula, it says r squared, like this. To find r squared, I will find square of 9.5. And I will show you what that means. Okay. Does any of you know what does 9.5 squared mean? How you can expand? Very good, Jennifer. You make me so proud of yourself. So if you want to do 9.5 squared, Jennifer here types in, that means we do 9.5 times itself. 9.5 times 9.5. That is r squared. And go calculate how much is r squared. Please calculate it. Do the multiplication. 9.5 times 9.5, Kevin. I doubt it is this much. Tell me how much is 9.5 times 9.5. I'm going to rely on you guys. Very good, Kevin. 90.25. That is 90.25. So, to find area of the circle, I will do pi, that is 3.14, times 90.25. And that will give me the final answer for area of the circle with diameter 19 meters. Okay, so I can find the answer. A equals whatever you guys will tell me, I'm going to put here, right? Multiply it, take your time, multiply it, and tell me the answer. Very good, Isaiah. I agree to you. I will also pause in the meanwhile you guys are multiplying the numbers. Are there any questions? Do you fully get where I got all these different numbers from? JJ? Please hop on the mic and let me know. Let me unmute you guys. Go ahead.
I'm a bit confused because of the way that you're doing it. Because usually the way that I do it is I just take the diameter and I just multiply it by pi.
Okay.
And that usually gets me the answer. And my answer was 59.66. Yours is entirely different, and so I'm confused.
JJ, I want you to go search for the formula for area of a circle and then come back and try to answer your question. Okay, go search the formula for area of a circle and come back and let me know, where did you go wrong? Or where would you want to, adjust the solution so that we are heading in the right direction. This is exactly what I got.
I looked it up and it said that that you only use the radius thing, which is confusing, but yeah.
Very good, JJ. For area of a circle, you need radius. From diameter being 19, radius is half, 9.5. And I agree to your answer, Victoria. Very good, Isaiah. Exactly correct. When you multiply the two, you get an answer that is 283. I'm going to go 283 point. I'm going to go and see what Victoria got. Where is Victoria's slide? 0.385. 0.385. And Then you can also round the answer. If this is not the precise answer in the quiz, you can also round it. You can say 283.4. Okay? And the units they want to use is meters. So I will put M, and then I will also put a small 2 on top. So this is how you find area of the circle. Right? Squared meters, 283.4 squared meters, rounded to one decimal, but very precisely 283.385. Depending on how the quiz got the answers, you can definitely choose. Before I move on, are there any questions? No questions? Let's go ahead. Move on to the next one. A very similar one, just some slightly different numbers. Remember, they want us to use 3.14 for pi. In this case, diameter is 13. How do I calculate area for circle? I do A equals, A is for area, pi times r squared. If I sketch out this circle and I mark my center, remember, diameter is this long line from one point on the circumference, passing through the center all the way to the other point on the circumference. That is diameter. The question says diameter is 13. But remember, you need radius to find area. The question that JJ just asked and clarified himself, right? You need radius. Then tell me, how much should radius be? Let's find the radius then. If I know that diameter is 13, I will do radius. How? I will do 13 divide by 2. And radius will be half of 13, 6.5. In this case, meters. I will pause. Very good, Jennifer. Are there any questions on finding the radius? Does it make sense to everybody, radius 6.5? Then, when I know that radius is 6.5, I don't need r. Look at here in the formula, I need r squared. So I will do r squared, right? And r squared means r is 6.5. I will square 6.5. And let's see how we will do that. I will type it out and let you know how to square 6.5. To square 6.5, we should do 6.5 times 6.5. 6.5 times 6.5. And let me see how much is the answer. Please type in the chat and let me know. How much is square root of 6.5? Isaiah, I got a slightly different answer for this 6.5 squared. Do you want to recheck? I got what Jennifer got. Square root of 6. And JJ, I can verify if your answer is correct. JJ, we got a slightly different answer than yours. 42.25. Okay, so if you multiply 6.5 times 6.5, we get 42.25. Then I'm going to utilize the area formula and calculate area. Let's see how that looks like. This is where JJ, our answers don't match, but we will see why. Area formula says pi 3.14 times r squared, and r squared we just calculated is 42.25, and that will give you the area, right? And let's look at the numbers. Pi is over here, right? 3.14. Pi 3.14. Then r squared, R squared is 42.25. Are there any questions? Multiply these to find the area. Okay, this answer, Kevin, I agree to. This is what I also got. 132,665. Let's type it out. When I multiplied these, I got 132.665-ish. And if I want to round the answer, maybe the quiz had it rounded or something, I can say 132 point, how much? How will you round it to one decimal?
132.7.
0.7. 0.7, and the units again they're using is meters. And don't forget to put a small 2 on top of it to show cubic meters. Remember, area is always going to be in cubic meters. I'm going to pause here. Are there questions? Very good, Jennifer. Because I'm speaking and typing, if you ever see errors on my slide, let me know. It's always a good thing to tell me. Remember, after you, there's around 40-50 people who watch the class recordings for math building blocks, especially because they want to learn how to do the quiz. So we can make sure they get some correct answers. Annabelle, put the decimal 132 and then 0.7. Is there any part that you don't understand and you have questions over? We can pause and we can go over. Everything making sense? Let's go ahead and look at the third question 1. Right, same question, just slightly different numbers. Everybody gets slightly different numbers when they do the actual quiz. In this one, again, use 3.14 for pi. Diameter is 17. You want to find area. And formula for finding area of a circle. A, you have to note this formula, right? You cannot do the quiz if you don't know the formula. A equals pi times r squared. I will sketch out a quick circle. I'm going to mark my center and see what information is given to me. I know diameter is given to me. Diameter has to be 17. And if I look at the formula doesn't have a D, diameter, no. Formula has R. It is important for me to find R because the formula has R in it. To find R, let's see what we can do. To find radius, I will divide diameter by 2. I divide 17 by 2. And let's see how much you guys will tell me. How much is half of 17? 8.5, Jennifer. Very good. 8.5 meters is the radius. To find area of a circle, you need radius squared. Very good, Kevin. Very good. To find area of the circle, not only do you need radius, you need radius squared, right? And that means you will square 8.5. Let's see how much do you get when you square 8.5. I will also show you what 8.5 squared means. 8.5 squared means you multiply 8.5 by itself. Let's bring it here. So 8.5 squared means 8.5 times 8.5, and let's see how much is that. People multiply and tell me. Thank you, Derek, for sharing the link again, but please be in Nearpod and share your solutions. Very good. That was fast. And Jennifer, that was fast. Isaiah, you guys are so fast with that. 72.25 is r squared. I'm going to pause here. I know some people are just joining the class. Are there any questions before I move on? Nathan, I agree to you. Let me see, Jennifer, I agree to you. Slight different answer, Jennifer, we got. Oh, recheck. Let me see. No, we got the same answer. I agree to you. I just didn't see because of the highlight, the green highlight. Very good, Victoria. Very good, JJ. I agree to your solutions. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to go ahead, do the area part. To do the area, I'm going to write down the formula again. I will say area of a circle is pi times r squared, that is 72.25. And when you multiply, you get an answer that is 226.865. Definitely, it is important that you round it to one decimal place. You get 226 point how much? 0.7 meters. Right? Because most of the answers are rounded to one decimal place. And you will also put the meter squared symbol because area is always in squared units. Where did I get the numbers from? Just in case if you're wondering, the value of pi is given to me in the question. The value of r squared I calculated and I multiplied the two and I got the area. How do you feel about it? Let's see. How do you feel about finding area of a circle at this point? If you feel good about it, the rest of the quiz should be pretty easy. Okay, Breezy. And okay, Andre, got you. Okay, we are in this together. We will practice more. We have around 12 more questions to practice and get better. And hopefully things will, this is how the poll looks like. Okay? Not everybody is in a very happy place.
Miss,
Yes.
your answer is off by just a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
It's not 0.7, it's 0.9.
Oh, that is so true. It should be 0.9. What did you guys do? 0.9? I definitely messed up here. It should be 0.9, 226. JJ, I greatly appreciate you catching the error and helping me fix it. Right? It is a good thing. Jennifer, whenever I'm confused, please let me know. You know, I'm talking, I'm trying to think ahead what I want to go over again because there are people watching recordings and they might also have questions. So I'm trying to do multiple things in my brain, but thank you for catching. Make sure you do fix it to 26.9 squared meters. So, my people, there's a lot more questions we will practice and hopefully get better. By the end of the session, we'll be at a mastery level. What is the best approximation for the area of this circle? You want to find area. Okay. You know you want to use 3.144 pi. The question also gives you radius. The question gives you radius. Radius is 8 inches. And the formula for finding area of a circle is A equals pi times r squared. This is the formula. Let's see if we can apply the formula to find the answer. R is 8, right? And you can then calculate r squared. If r is 8, r squared is 8 squared. And what does that mean? 8 times 8. And let's see. 8 squared means 8 times 8. We can make it a little bigger. 8 times 8, and that gives you 64. R squared is 64. Does this part make sense to you guys? Those of us who need a little bit more help with finding area? Radius is 8. So radius squared is 8 times 8, 64. There are two parts, two numbers we will multiply to find area of the circle. And those are pi times r squared. And we'll bring the rectangle over here. So area of the circle is pi, 3.14, times r squared, and r squared is 64. If you multiply these, let me know how much do you guys get. Okay, Nathan, that's how much you got. 64 and pi multiplied to get a different answer than what Nathan you got. Nathan, in this question, 8 is the radius. 8 is the radius, so you'll just square radius. Very good, Jennifer. That's exactly what I got. And I'm going to see how the quiz wants the answer. How many decimal places? The quiz rounded to 1 decimal place. How would that look like in 1 decimal place? You multiply them to get 200.96. If you round it to 1 decimal place, you get it. Let's see how much you guys want to tell me. 1 decimal place. What will I put for 1 decimal place? There you go, Nathan, heading in the right direction. JJ, I agree to you. 1 decimal place, we'll just round it to 201. I need to put the units. That a mathematician will not like my answer if I don't put in units. I'll say inches, and then I'll put the symbol for squared, right? Squared inches. Very good, Isaiah. Remember, round your answer to 1 decimal place. In the quiz, they rounded the answers. So if your precise answer doesn't match, you will round. Hopefully one of the answers will match. Let's look at question 2, second version. Some of you might have question 2 that looks like this. And I can write down the radius big and clear enough for you. I was using blue for radius, and we can say that radius is given to us in the question, and it is 6 feet. Radius is 6 feet. Formula for area, I will again write here. Area is pi times radius squared. Make sure you will find radius squared first. That will make the question easier. Radius squared means square of 6, right? And how do you square of 6? You do 6 times 6 to get square of 6. Radius squared is 6 times 6, 36. It's radius squared. Very good, Isaiah. Very good, Jennifer. And please let us know if there are any questions. I'm going to pause here. I know some of us are having a little hard time understanding how to find area of a circle. Are there questions so far? I know radius is 6. I went in and found radius squared. Radius squared is 36. Then I'm going to go ahead and find area. And to find area of the circle, it shouldn't be so hard for me because I have the formula here, and I'll just follow the formula. So to find area of the circle, I will do 3.14, this is pi, times r squared, that is 36. When you multiply, you get the answer. Please, people, tell me how much is 36 times 3.14. Very good, Jennifer. And you will practice the area so much that gradually you will know when the radius is 6, this is how much the area will be. You will just start to even remember. That's how many times they're going to test you throughout the quiz. And sometimes with same numbers. So save these answers. The quiz probably also uses so many times just the same radius. Isaiah, I think there's a typo in your answer because the rest of the digits look so correct. Let us know. Let's look at one more version of question 2 and then we will do another poll. And we will see how our class is doing. So if you have questions, watch carefully. We want to use 3.14 for pi. And our radius is 4 meters, right? The radius in this question is 4 meters. R equals 4. Just in case if it is too small for somebody, R equals 4. That is given. To find area of a circle, you use the formula A equals. Just multiply pi, that is 3.14, times radius squared. So let's see how much the radius squared will be. Radius squared is square of 4. And square of 4 means 4 times 4, multiply 4 by itself. That is radius squared, that is square of 4. And you get 16. To find area of the circle, you will multiply pi times 16, pi times radius squared, and that will get you to the answer. So let's see. We are following the formula, right? A equals pi, that is 3.14, and radius squared is 16. When you multiply, you get the answer. Let me see how much you guys got. Jennifer, that's exactly what I got. Nathan, very good. Victoria, very good. JJ, very good. Annabelle, very good. Excellent, excellent. And I'm going to go ahead for the answer that you guys got. We want to say it is 50.24, and we can also round that. Maybe just 50.2. If I want to round to one decimal place. And it is in meters. And I will also put in a small 2 on top of meters to show it is squared meters. Let's move on to question 3. Question 3.
Miss,
Yes,
may I please show another magic trick after the class?
absolutely. But just make sure you remind me again.
Okay, I'll go.
Question 3. Go ahead, people, do question 3. Radius is given to you. Pi value is given to you. I'll give you the formula. A equals pi r squared. Go ahead, calculate it. Do not look at my slide. Calculate it on your own. You guys are such hard workers, you will recalculate it. You guys are calculating it from scratch. Kevin gave me the answer already. This is the same question we just did. And we saw that if radius is 4. Radius squared is 16. 4 times 4. If you're watching the recording, you can always go back and look at the question right before this one, and we solved this question in detail. And then when you were doing the area, I'm going to use the typing tool. Then when you were doing the area, you just did A equals 3.14 times 16 and got the answer, 50.24. Same answer. It was not a new question. Approximately 50 or approximately 50.2. Right? Same answer. Just back on back. So I told you, you can remember some of these answers because, again, same question if you remember. If you have these answers, you can use them in the quiz. You want to use 314 for pi, radius is 6. This is a question we have done before, right? Formula for area of a circle, A equals pi r squared. But because some of you were confused about it, I would let you still solve in detail now that you've seen me solve it. You guys got the answer. Amberly got this? Okay. I know that radius is 6. Amberly? Radius is 6. So radius squared will be 6 times 6. Radius squared will be 36. Right? Radius squared is 6 times 6, 36. To find area, I will multiply pi times 36 and see what you get. A equals pi, 3.14 times 36. And you get an answer that is 113 squared inches. It's exactly the same numbers we just used. Amber, makes sense? See, in the quiz, they're repeating the numbers. That's why I said if you calculate once, don't just erase your work or do it on paper and box your answers. Clearly mark your answers. Let's see, 36 times 3.14. Kevin, try again. 36 times 3.14. 113.04. This was question 3. We didn't really have to do question 3. Okay, here's another different number, right? And that means you will have to do some amount of calculations. My radius is given to me. Radius is 5. And I will use 3.14 for pi. People get started, solve this question. I need a little quick break of 2 minutes only, and I'm going to be quickly back. This is a different number. Radius is 5. Give it a try. I'm not going to give you more hints or formula or something. I've written it so many times. I'm sure you guys can think about it and do it. And I'm going to be back. Nathan's work. Let me see, Nathan. I agree to you, Nathan. I agree to you, Jennifer. Isaiah, show me some more work so I can give you feedback. Shia, very good. Victoria, very good. Dion, very good. JJ, very good. So if you want to find area of this circle, you write the area formula. To find area of a circle, you will do pi, that is 3.14, times radius squared. In this question, the radius is 5, right? Radius is 5. Therefore, if you want to find radius squared, you will do 5 squared. And 5 squared means 5 times 5. That is 25. 5 times 5, that is 25. Let me know if there are any questions so far, because I did see one person does not have a right answer. Then, very good, Isaiah, I agree to you. Then, you simply find the answer for the area of the circle by multiplying. You can say area of the circle equals pi, that is 3.14, times r squared times 25. And when you multiply these two, you end up getting 78.5 inches squared. And make sure you do put the correct area symbol. There we go. 78.5 squared inches. Okay, then we move on to question 4. Question 4 and question 5 are more real world problems. They just don't give you radius or diameter and tell you to find area, but it is more than that. And let's look at it. A circular piece of glass has a radius of 0.8 meters. Good thing I have the radius. Radius of 0.8 meters. Right? The glass sells for, and then I know the price. The glass sells for $4.60 per squared meters, right? I know the cost of 1 square meter. You want to find the total cost of the circular piece of glass, right? You just know the cost of 1 square meter. You want to find the total cost of the circular piece. For that, you need to know how big is the piece. You need to know the area. Whenever they use the symbol, they refer to area. So you want to find area of the circle, of the circular glass piece, by doing pi times radius squared. Right? Go ahead, try it out and show me how much is the area. And then I'm going to give you some feedback. Very good. I see here, Nathan. I agree to your work so far. That's exactly what I got. And then there's one more step. Let's see. In this question, radius is given to us. Radius is 0.8. Then, from here, you can find radius squared. You can find radius squared. And how do you do that? You will do 0.8 times 0.8. That will give you the radius squared. To find AJ squared, I'll say 0.8 times 0.8. 8 times 8, 64. So 0.8 times 0.8 is 0.64. You can slow the video down if you're watching the recording, multiply, and just make sure you got a similar response, similar answer. Jennifer, r squared, dear, r squared, 0.8 times 0.8, right? Then to find area, you will multiply that by 3.14. Then I'll do area of the circle. Area equals 3.14 times 0.64, and I agree to the answer being 2.0096. Yes, and that is in squared meters. Remember, people, this is not the final answer. This is area of the circle. This is just the area of the circle yet. And the question says that, I'm going to type it out here. The question says, 1 squared meter, I'm going to put the small 2 on top of it, 1 squared meter, the cost is $4.60, 4.6 or 4.60. You want to find the cost of this circle. So this circle is 2.0096 squared meters, right? So you want to find the cost of this. And you know the cost of only 1 meter. You know the cost of 1 squared meter. Using this information, you want to find the cost of 2 squared meters, right? And it is a good idea to know that 2 squared meters will be twice the cost, right? It will be just twice of 460. 2.0096 is like 2, right? 2 squared meters. So if you just multiply 460 by 2, approximately 2, you're going to head to the right answer. You will do 460 times, I would just times it by 2. I will still get the answer, very likely. And then the answer turns out to be 920-ish dollars. Is that what you guys got? And see if I can make it a little smaller to fit. $9.2, $9.20 approximately. And I'll put my square symbol here. And I will erase it from the other side. I will pause here. Are there any questions? This is how the rest of the quiz looks like. They're more real world problems. They want to give you a scenario where you have to find the area of the circle and then answer the question. Andre, good question. When I multiplied 3.14, the value of pi, times 0.64, I got 2.0096. This is how you find area of a circle. Let me know if that makes sense, right? That is the area of the circle. The question says, if this is the entire circle, right? I don't know how much is the area, for example. So a smaller part of the circle, that is one squared meter of it cost 460. Right? One part of it just cost 460. 1 squared meter cost 460. So how much should the cost be of the full circle? So I need the area of the full circle, and then I can multiply it by 460. That will tell me the total cost of the full circle. And where did I get 0.64? 0.64 is r squared. 0.8 times 0.8. Okay, r squared is 0.64 because for finding area, I need r squared. R squared means multiply the number by itself. If radius is 0.8, then r squared is 0.8 times 0.8. JJ, I remember the magic trick. I think this is a good stopping point. We will look at 2 more of question 4 versions tomorrow and question 5 tomorrow. They're all word problems and they will take up some good chunk of our class time anyways. So I think it is actually a good stopping point and the video will be sufficiently long enough. Not too long. And are there questions before I pause the video? Thank you, Andre, for reminding me. But let me see. I have done m squared. Andre, see, it is m squared. And I have also done m squared everywhere. I have also done m squared everywhere because it has to do with area. Right on? Is there anywhere I missed it? And this final amount is money. It has to do with dollars. Okay. I think it's a good stopping point for recording the video. The second part will I'm going to be explaining question 4 and 5, but that will be part 2 of the video.